In this video, we're gonna simplify wheel swapping for your Hot Wheels or your 1/64 scale die-cast vehicles. So we're gonna bring this new, I don't want to say created by me, but I feel like it makes everything simple. Somebody out there created it. I just thought of it. Who knows? Maybe I am the pioneer. So I am your host, the Bandit Boy, and follow along as we're gonna simplify wheel swapping and give you the option to swap wheels later down when you get bored to all your Matchbox and die-cast needs. Follow along.
Yeah, my ghost. Yeah.
Well, with that being said, let's say you already have your vehicle already sticker bomb with your water slide decals, and you were like, you know what? I forgot to put some wheels. Don't even worry. The best way to find wheels is always on AliExpress, eBay. Sometimes you can find them on Amazon, but definitely eBay if you don't trust any other foreign websites.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Shanny, back in my days, we used to collect the goddamn, like those fancy ones they used to sell at the goddamn store. The Johnny lining to take them wheels off. We also used to buy the Hot Wheels premiums and farm those goddamn good, like, wheels, the rubber one, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm alright.
Alright, once you figure out where you're gonna get your wheels, you're gonna use this tungsten carbide burr ball shape double cut rotary burr. Is this Dremel tool from Harbor Freight, and we're just gonna like shave it down, just enough that we can make it into like those little clippable rivets, so you can still pull it with enough force, but then when you want to put it back together, you can just like squeeze it and it will clip back on. So take your time, don't go too deep, just enough for like to keep it a little pop, lock, and drop it mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Good. And then once you shaved off some of the rivet, now you can just pop off the whole chassis, take it apart, examine your masterpiece. And then, decide whether you want to paint the inside and add a character in there. But right here, we're just going to chop off those little clips that hold the tires together. And boom, the axles should just pop out. These wheels are not too bad, but we just need to add a little bit of spice. After scrambling for the right wheels, then you do a dry mock-up and see if you like it. And sometimes the wheels will be the axles will be too short or too long, so you might have to cut the axles. But in this case, everything fit just perfect, There you go. Good job, buddy. It looks pretty, buddy. Very wonderful. Now here I'm going to take advantage that the whole chassis is apart, and I'm going to start doing a little bit of detail work with a little acrylic marker. So nothing too crazy, just enough for it to like give it some kind of dynamic vibe, If you can see, the whole interior is like just red. Sometimes you can find little Easter eggs inside of these cars, but this time it's just basic, some Recaro seeds. Now this is where I'm gonna add a little rider in there, because this car, like, it already has a vibe, so I might as well put a rider in there, For the Mexican Racing League, I'm gonna glue this dude together with some super glue, so he won't be going anywhere, yard. Here we go. Now everything should just click together, no super glue, no fancy machinery, screws, no self-tapping things, and it clicks together. And that's how I feel like the simplest way of wheel swapping. It really stays together, because you really got to get in there to like pop it open, and then you gotta like squeeze it, like with a decent amount of pressure to, you know, clip it back in there, and it rolls. Everything is fine, and I feel like this should be the most common way of doing wheel swapping, you know, because I like how they do the whole fancy like perfect center like drill with a bigger drill bit, and then you go with a tiny microscopic one that matches like a specific thread, and then you have to go in there and thread the hole, and then add the little special machine screws that were like, they're like really pricey because, you know, they're a really unique type of screws. But here, just clip and go. Hell yeah, buddy. And then you can decide whether you want to add like, you know, spoilers, side skirts, lip splitters, canards. You decide. You can either add more stickers, but that's my basic way of going about. And you know, stay tuned, and I will show you how to do more body modifications to your vehicle of 164 diecast vehicle. Yes, you. This video was sponsored from viewers like you. Thank you. If you like, make sure you subscribe. If you don't like to subscribe, leave a nasty hate comment. Yes,